Now, comparing with what we read in Matthew, Jesus' words that he's asking us to figure out. We see here it's connected to the line that says, but they like men have transgressed the covenant. So important. Once again, we have another faction that is here that is not necessarily mankind, but yet somehow still like them. These are the ones that the focus is on. These are the ones that the focus is on here in verse 13. It's distinguished here as the multitude of thy mighty men that they're trusting in. Now, this is what's going to relate us back to this Iraqi dinar. This one here is a representation of these ancient mighty men, these ancient demigods that they're trusting in. And then we have the symbol for northern Israel, which is the unicorn, which is showing that they are trusting. They are seated around this being here. And then everything is there, that they want to destroy the lion. There's the statue of the lion with the head taken off. Here's the little horn. There's the Antichrist with the little singular horn on top of his head. Just like we have the unicorns that are distinguished with having the little horn atop of their head also. It's all right there. So it's all focused now on these mighty men which have perverted this place of judgment. And we know that Dan is now synonymous with these mighty men, and that he's supposed to be in the place of judgment by Jacob's and Moses' own words in the last days. Now we know that the judgment and the mighty men in the place of judgment are wicked. God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among these gods. Basically saying, all of this, how long will you judge unjustly? Continually telling us biblically, people, that Jesus is not behind these wrathful, angry, and vengeful judgments, that they are directly a result of the fallen. And it would be these fallen angels, which are further termed as Elohim, which is a term for deity, which is why we have here, I have said, ye are gods, ye are deities, ye are sons of gods, which, as you saw in the verses prior, that they are distinguished from being men, but yet they are being called like men. So when you research the ancient record of the demigods, yes, they were like men, but they were much more larger. They were much more intellectually superior. They were much more beautiful to look upon. They were much more of everything. And that is all by the deception of the serpent. So as we come here to this next line, it describes them falling and dying like men. The same association that we have in Hosea by Jesus Christ's own words talking about them, saying, but they, like men, have transgressed the covenant. The covenant, they transgressed that covenant. They have now taken unto themselves these material wives. There they have dealt treacherously against me. From this point forward, they have dealt treacherously against Jesus. And then we see here at Psalms 82, which will be another description of them being like men. Now they're going to die like men and fall like one of the princes. Interesting. Interesting. These beings are going to now die like men. It's these very same mighty men that we're talking about. Psalms 82, God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judgeth among the gods, these fallen gods, who by Ecclesiastes' own words are in the place of judgment, just like we see Dan is in the place of judgment as this wicked judge. And it's the same judgment that is prophesied to come upon the earth in the last days. So as we see, Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place during this time that it brings this fire. But Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer. Now, who's the murderer? Go ahead and read this verse right there.